Hello there. I didn't think I'd be one to make a tier list, but here we are. This is the Demon Souls PS5 Remake Bosses tier list. This is my opinion, purely my opinion. That will be judged based on overall design, music, mechanics, and just overall if they're cool or not. So let's get started. So we're gonna get started on Adjudicator. He's mid, in my opinion. Cool, amazing arena. Really cool arena. But his boss fight itself is quite simple and very straightforward. You hit his weak area and then deliver the finishing blow. Armor Spider is pretty fun because she has two variations of webbing and two variations of fireball. She's a big fireball, and then she shoots 3 fireballs at once. And then she has a direct webbing that webs you up, and then she has an advanced another web that will just web up the environment around you, and if you walk into it, you are slowed down. And she has her appendages that she uses when you're close up, and then she also uses her oil or her fire attack. Overall, I like it because you have to work your way up to her, and when you finally get up to her, it's a pretty big fight, and the arena is pretty cool. Plus, the song is pretty good too. Dirty Colossus, just get it over with. This is not a memorable boss, honestly. It's just there in my opinion, just as a in between. So the only memorable part about this boss is that it attacks you with flies, but other than that, there's nothing memorable about it. Just get it over with. Dragon God, hate this boss. Well, I don't hate it, but I just hate its gimmick. It's a stealth fight, and I don't really like stealth fights, so I really wish they did something else with it, but what else can you do with Dragon God? He's a big dragon, and what can the Demon Slayer do, or the Slayer of Demons do against it? Flame Lurker, amazing soundtrack, amazing looking boss, amazing fight itself, and it's just overall a really fast-paced fight. Makes you conserve your grasses and or spices, so I love Flame Lurker. His name is also really damn cool. So he goes in the amazing tier. However, Old King Allant, my favorite boss in the game. Soundtrack's W, character design's amazing, and the fight overall is amazing, and the arena is also insanely cool. You're at the very top of the Baltarian Castle, after traversing the entirety of it to reach him. So, my personal favorite boss in the entire game. Leechmonger, I'm going to put him in mid, or put it in mid. The only thing that makes it hard is its regeneration factor, but other than that, it's pretty much a basic fight. Other than that, there's nothing really special about him, honestly. Maneater, I'm going to put him in fun, right above the Armor Spider, because it's a gank fight. There's 2 of them, and if you don't get the first one done in time, you have to fight 2 Maneaters, and that is not fun at all. Other than that, that's the only reason why it's a little better than Armor Spider. Its AI can bug out, which is annoying, but overall it's a pretty fun boss fight in my opinion. Maiden Estrella, just get it over with, because all you really do for Garl of Vinland, if you have a shield, you just parry. You parry and then counter. Parry, counter, parry, counter. And Maiden Estrella won't even fight back. She won't even fight back. So just get it over with, but definitely more memorable than Dirty Colossus. Vanguard, I think he's pretty mid. The only reason I put him up higher is because it's jiggle physics. But you do get a colorless demon soul from him, and you can use that to improve Garl of Vinland's shield, which is pretty nice. But it's just a basic brute of a boss fight, and that's all it is. Old Hero, I really like a lot more than Flame Lurker. The OST, I think, I'm going to put him below Flame Lurker purely because his OST isn't great, but he's super high up because I love his gimmick. He's blind, and he uses his other senses to find you. He can bug out and just automatically target you for whatever reason, but not a big deal. He's still amazing. He's amazing, and overall, just great. Tower Knight, I think he's pretty fun to fight. I think he's fun. It's really fun to knock out all of the archers around him, or if you want to challenge yourself, don't knock out the archers. The OST of this fight is really good. I love the design of Tower Knight overall. A really fun boss fight. Old Monk can be fun. but overall he's mid. The only reason he's super high is because it's the only boss in the game that does an online feature. You can possibly get paired up with a real player and fight him. That's the only really good part about it. Penetrator. I feel like Penetrator is pretty good. He's pretty fun. Especially with Bior by your side, it can feel like a really good team effort. I love the armor, the weapon's so cool, the theme is really cool. You can actually get his armor through... I'm only not putting him up in Amazing because his armor set is an absolute pain in the ass to get. Phalanx, just pretty much get it over with. More memorable than Dirty Colossus purely because of it's the first boss of the first real boss of the game. But it's just easy if you have Turpentine. Red Dragon, get it over with. It's just, you're literally just fighting him with a bow and arrow or magic. There's nothing special about it. Same with the Blue Dragon. Storm King is really cool from a soundtrack and like ambiance, like theme perspective. The battleground is amazing and the theme is amazing. The sound effects are top notch and amazing, but it's all it is really just smashing a sword into the ground and hitting him. That's all you're doing. It's not that engaging. And then finally, Fool's Idol. I think Fool's Idol is pretty fun because you have to be very vigilant about how you go about fighting her and her mimics. So this is my definitive tier list, my opinion, for my favorite bosses in the game and the tier list for them. If you disagree with me, you can disagree with me. If you agree with me, cool. But now we're going to move on to Elden Ring's the base game and the DLC. So I will be right back. Alright, here we are. And this is all of the bosses from the base game and from the DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree. So I'm going to try to speed through this as fast as possible. So we're going to go Ancestor Spirit, mid, deer running around. The only reason I don't like it is because of the rolling attack. So he's in mid. Estelle, really good boss fight. The environment, the arena theme, the overall look of the creature is amazing. And the quest tied to it, Ronnie's quest line, is pretty good. Skidoo Tree Avatar is pretty mid. Actually, I might bump it down to meh. Just because it's not bad, but it's not amazing. It's kind of just there. It's cool. But I'm actually going to bump it up to mid because of the arena it's in. It's right next to the Skidoo Tree. It's right next to the Skidoo Tree and the environment. The arena is amazing. So, Ultramarine Tree Spirit, that can go directly into F tier. The Tree Sentinel, I'm going to put it in meh. Mainly because I'm going to put the Tree Sentinel in meh. Just because it's there. Bale, favorites. I love Bale. He's amazing. We all know why. His soundtrack, his boss arena at the top of a freaking mountain, and his phase 2 transition as well as fight and mode is amazing. Agil is pretty mid. He's just a dragon, but he's still pretty cool. But he's a dragon, so. Draconic Tree Sentinel, he's cooler than his younger brother. Purely because he's like a malformed dragon. Dragonkin Soldier, I hate these things with a burning passion. Not because they look stupid, but because their attacks are stupid. Knight Cavalry, cooler than Draconic Tree Sentinel and regular Tree Sentinel in my opinion. I'm gonna put them both in meh. Mainly because they're the same thing except these guys have lightning. Elden Beast, I'm gonna put in still in good, but not better than Estelle, purely because I love the theme. I mean, the theme is not as good as Radagon's, but I love the arena. I love how it looks and just its mechanics and everything. It's really cool. Elemer, I'm putting it in top tier. I love this fight. I love its gimmick. I love its Ash of War. It's really cool. The Erdtree Avatar, I'm gonna put above these two, but still meh, just because it's kind of like this, except it's near Erdtrees, basically. The Watchdogs are not that important. They're just Watchdogs, and they're really not special. Putrescent Knight, I'm going to put in still good. I love how it looks, and its boss fight is pretty fun. It can be a little bit cheesy at times, but it's not that bad. Fire Giant, I'm going to put in meh, right above this guy because it's a giant, and it's surrounded by snow. Valiant Gargs, I'm going to put right in mid. I hate this boss fight, but because of their like movesets alone, they're good by themselves. Gideon, despite everything, I'm putting him in A because he's actually a really good fight. Well, not really a really good fight, but I think it's just overall decent. I'm gonna put him below Peterson Knight purely because it's kind of just a spam fight, honestly. Godfrey, I love him. He's great. But I'm gonna skip him and go directly to the real Godfrey, which actually this might be the gold spirit now that I think about it. So with Godfrey, I'm gonna say he's one of my favorite bosses in the entire game. He's amazing. I have no regrets putting him right here, so I just love him. He has class. Right here we have Godric. I don't think he's amazing, but he's definitely better. I think he's a little bit better than the Erdtree avatar, but he is, in my opinion, not as cool as a Regal Ancestor Spirit. Actually, no, he is. He's cooler than him. He has a dragon for an arm. Hippo, purely for Hippo. I'm going to put it in mid, right above Knight's Cav. Actually, I'm going to put him right above the Hippo. Right above the avatar. Godskin Noble, he's pretty mid, and then the Apostle is a little bit better. And then the Godskin Duo, in my opinion, is it's a decently fun fight. It's more fun than this guy. Purely because you have to be really picky and choosy about your moves. Right here we have Divine Beast. I think it's a really good fight. Gorenk, I think he's better than Elden Beast. Also, Divine Beast, I love just the aesthetic and just it can change weathers. The arena's cool, the theme is cool. I love everything about the Divine Beast. It's just not my favorite. The Demi-Human Queen, I think she's pretty cool. I put her above the Graveyards, but not above the Tree Sentinels. Horalu is really cool. He's an absolute brute in the unit. And he's the second phase of Godfrey, so I am a simp for Godfrey. He's amazing. Mimic Tier, I don't think he's that good, but I think he's a little better than Agil, but not better than the Avatar. It just copies whatever you are, so Gaius, get out of here, I don't like you. Nile, he's really cool. I hate his gimmick, I hate this boss fight, but I love his moveset and his theme in his arena. It's so cool. Fortisax, I'm going to put it in mid. It's just a dragon that shoots a bunch of lightning at you. Makar, I'm going to put him right below Fortisax. Just because this is a dragon, this is not. They're both dragons, but this one's cooler. Loretta, I think Loretta's cool. I'm going to put her above the Hippo, but below. Actually, I'm going to put her right below Godric. Because Godric has a dragon for an arm. Leonine, I'm going to put him right above these guys, but below them, or below him, purely because this is a cool fight. It's a cool looking boss. This is just an angry man. Melania, favorites. I love her. She's amazing. I love the arena. I love the satisfaction of beating her. And I love the soundtrack. It's great. Malekith, my favorite boss in the entire game. No debate. I don't care. I love his arena is amazing. I love his moveset. I love how he looks, his theme song. And I love that he is a symbol of death. He's amazing. I love him. He's great. My favorite boss in the entire game. I have a display of him. So, alright, next up we have Margit. Margit, I think, is a little bit cooler than Loretta. Actually, I'm going to say he's a little bit less. Actually, he's cooler than Loretta, but not as cool as Godric. Even though Godric is kind of he's a wuss. Ran away from Melania. Margit wouldn't have done that, so I'm actually going to say he's cooler than Godric. Mesmer, easily. Top of A. He's amazing. There's no debate. I only have to say one word. Voice. That voice. Metir. I think she's better than Makar, but not Fortisax, purely because this boss caught me off guard. Midra, S tier. Amazing boss. A pretty weak introduction, but once he turns or transitions to second phase, it is amazing. Moog, I think he's pretty mid. He's better than Fortisax. He's better than a lot of these guys, honestly. I think he's better than all these guys. Just not the Godskin duo. I love the Nihil. Morgott, he's a pretty fun fight. Not better than Godric, though. Placidusax, I'm going to put him above Fortisax. I'm actually going to put him at the top of mid-tier. Purely because I love the boss fight, but I love the arena, the soundtrack, and the boss fight itself, but it's just not as cool. Actually, I'm going to move Gideon down to below the hippo, or to below the hippo. No, I'm going to put him... You know what, Gideon, you can go... I'll put you right here. You're not as bad as the Valiant Gargs. So you can be at the top of C. You know what? No. You move up to top or the bottom of B tier. Radagon, he's carried by his soundtrack. So he's going instantly up in the highest of B tier. Radon, Consort of Mikola, as much as I hate this boss and everything he is, I love the arena. His movesets are cool as hell. He's carried by his movesets, so I'm going to put him at the top of mid tier. That might be questionable, but that's just how I feel. Radon, base game, I love him, he's great. His arena is amazing. He has an entire fleet and army trying to kill him, so he has an honorable death. Something even Melania couldn't do. Rolana, she's okay. I'm gonna put her right below Garank. Actually, I'm gonna put her right above Garank. Purely because of her twin blades, because I love her twin blades. Renala, I don't really like her. I think she's a little better. She's better than Makar. No, she's better than... No, I guess she's better than Makar, but not as good as Meteor. Her arena is really cool, though. I'll say that. No, I'll put her arena up here. No, I won't. I'll leave her right there, because Meteor's arena is cooler. Romina, despite me having some hardships against her, I think she's a top tier boss. Her arena is really cool. Her design is amazing. And her soundtrack is really cool, so... But not as good as Placidusax. I just really love the coloring of Romina. The Rune Bear, I'm going to put him right below the Erdtree avatar, but above Leonine. He's not as cool as an Erdtree avatar, but he's better than Leonine. He's a cooler boss. He's hard, tough fight. But it's just a bigger Rune Bear. Red Wolf, I think he's a little bit better of a boss fight than... He's better than Mimic Tier, but not better than the Erdtree. The Erdtree fight is pretty good, but not compared to that one. Another Rune Bear, I'm going to put him right below. I'm going to put him below Leonine. Actually, I'm going to put him above Leonine. It's basically the same thing, except he's red, and I'm biased towards red. Top tier fight, I love this. I love the arena. I love the sound effects. The soundtrack's amazing. It's a really good fight overall. Plus, he gives you a cool weapon. Crucible Knight, I think he's better than Knight's Cavalry, but not a Gil, because it's a dragon. Crucible Knight will bully you. When you first start the game, he's a bully at lower levels. He is a bully. But once you become good at the game and you're advancing, he's a joke. I think this is the Black Knife, Alexia, or Electa? I don't know. I'm going to put her... I think I'm going to put her right above the Hippo. And right below this, Regal Spirit. Because she's more engaging than the Hippo. Actually, no. The Hippo engages you a lot. No, he doesn't. The Hippo engages you, but not as much as Electo. And she's pretty hard. She's a lot harder than the Hippo, in my opinion. Falling Star Beast, I think it can go... I'm going to put it above the Ancestor Spirit, but below Loretta. Because it's more memorable than the Regal Spirit, in my eyes. But less than Loretta. But I love the moveset of the Falling Star Beast, and its arena is so cool next to Volcano Manor. Any other places. Mariner, I'm going to put him in mid, purely because, or just meh. It's just a guy in a boat. But he does summon things, so that boosts it a little bit. It's not terrible, but it's just there. The Deathrite Birds are pretty cool. I like them. They're mid. I love their moveset. We're gonna take... I don't know who this is, so I have no clue who this is, honestly. I'm gonna put her in the bottom of mid, because I'm gonna put her in meh, because I have no clue who this is. I think this is Vike. So I'm gonna put Vike. I'm gonna put him up the bottom of mid, He is not. He's better than Fire Giant, but nowhere near as good. Actually, no, he's worse than Fire Giant and Erdtree Avatar, but better than the Rune Bear because he's pretty cool. So, what we're gonna do is call it there. This is my tier list on my favorite bosses in Elden Ring and the DLC Shadow of the Erdtree. Overall, my favorite boss fights are Malekith, Baal the Dread, purely for Curse You Baal. For Curse You Baal, Godfrey, Melania, Midra, and base game Radon. I might actually know. I'm gonna boost Mesmer up. I'm gonna put Mesmer up there. He's super cool. So this is my tier list for Elden Ring. If you disagree with me, cool. If you don't, if you agree with me with some of them, amazing. But hope you all enjoyed this. If you like it, nice. If you didn't, that's okay. Overall, hope to see you all next time, and I wish all of you to have a very good day.